Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager Challenge Mode, the series where we deliberately make things hard for ourselves by imposing a lot of restrictions and regulations to make the game a bit more difficult, more challenging, if you will. We are with Aston Martin. We're going to round 16 and we are heading to Monza, the Italian Cathedral of Speed. And we have a brand new upgrade on the car, which I'm hoping is going to give us a bit of an edge, or a bit of a boost to our performance, because it has been severely lacking in the last few races. We have our second and final major underfloor upgrade complete. It is on the car, so let's scoot over and take a look at it. There you can see where we sit now in terms of performance. We have a definite improvement in terms of our speed, a big improvement in terms of our cornering speed, and more importantly, a big improvement in our dirty air cornering as well, which will make it easier for us to follow other cars. Unfortunately, the one thing it didn't upgrade was our DRS, which in a circuit like this is going to be important. The DRS here is, along with the slipstream, is very potent. Those long straights are going to be a little bit of a challenge, but I think we'll be okay. We do have a new front wing development. Our final major front wing development just started as well. That'll be with us in time for, I think it was Kota. I think that's where that one's going to drop. But you can see here, 42 days until we get that new front wing. We have started research projects now, and we're pretty much going to be focusing purely, I think, on research from this point onwards now. So I think that front wing is going to be the final upgrade for the entire season for the car. It will give us a nice boost to our cornering, a little bit of a boost to our speed. It will also improve our brake cooling a little bit, and should put us in a good, strong position for the final run-in. The last few races. Right, so let's take a look at the circuit we are heading to. As you can see, in terms of sections by speed, a lot of top speed needed on this circuit. So that on the floor has come at just the right time to give us that boost. We were 15th, we're now 11th. So a big jump forward in terms of straight line top speed, and the cornering improvements definitely going to help us, specifically where we were horrendously weak, which was medium, and even worse, the high speed. Obviously these are fast corners that you can see, quite a few high speed corners, so to get those upgrades in our cornering ability, definitely very timely as well. We are in a fight with McLaren. So we're going to take a look and see where they stand going into this Grand Prix. And as you can see, we now have a significant car advantage over McLaren, although they do still have a driver advantage. Both of their drivers much more experienced and more talented than our young rookie pair. But I think we can overcome them. What's going to be tougher is trying to overcome cars like the AlphaTauri and the Haas in particular. They are better cars than the McLaren, and their drivers, well, Gasly is very quick, Magnussen is very quick, Schumacher and Tsunoda we can probably overcome, but the other two, I don't know, probably not. We'll see what happens though. You never know what's going to happen with safety cars. If we do get one, it can massively change the race, maybe throw us into contention for points. And with our new upgrade, I'm actually feeling a little bit confident with some of our qualifying options now. So we have to reach Q2 with 2 cars. That's the incentive. I don't know if we can get both in, but I definitely think we can get one in. I think Q3 is beyond us. But I am going to go for that. The incentive is to get 2 cars into top 15. I actually think we might be able to achieve that as well. I don't think we've got pace for the fastest lap, as much as I would like us to. We just don't have that. But I am going to put in a quali streak. 1 car in the top 15 for 5 races. In fact, why won't it let me do 5 races? Oh, I'm not changing anything, that's why. So we just have to activate it. There we go. So we're actually going with some qualifying guarantees for the first time in a very, very long time, if at all, this season. Do we have any last minute point additions for our drivers? No, we don't. Let's see. Freddie's definitely getting a point after this Grand Prix. He's only 167 points away from his next upgrade. What about Felipe? Depending on how this race goes, he might actually get a point at the end of this race. It'll be close. It will be close. In terms of our staff, still a way off with Andrew Green for his next point. Alessandro recently got an upgrade, so he's a way off yet. Chris Cronin is also a long way off, and Ben is also a very long way off as well. Can we do any more upgrades for our facilities though? We can't touch car development. That is locked out now for this season. Staff facilities, the team hub needs another week, so this time next week we'll be able to put another upgrade on the team hub going into the next Grand Prix. That'll get us up to the full maximum level and 200 points a week for each of our staff. But beyond that, I don't think there's anything else we can do. Yeah, there's nothing else really that we can or need to do. So let's head into the race weekend.
Welcome to Life in the Fast Lane. We're here at Monza in Italy, the home of Ferrari. But who will take home the points this weekend? Let's find out as we get started with the Italian Grand Prix. Monza, a centurion among circuits, dripping with motorsport history. Expect to see cars fly by, as 80% of the track is tackled at full throttle. It's not all go, however, and brakes can be prone to overheating through the tight chicanes that Monza has to offer. This is it. We're down to the last few races of the season, and it's time for that final push. Who will be crowned champion at the end of it all? We'll find out soon enough. The weekend begins here.
Evening, Farah. Good to see you. How goes the start with Williams? And what driver lineup did you go for? Right, as far as our weekend goes, we have fine weather, which is good. We don't really want the variable of rain in the race at a circuit where we're already going to be really pushing our drivers to their limit, to then throw in wet weather and compound their lack of skills with adaptability issues as well. Yeah, not ideal. So good that we have a dry race. Quali setups, not quali, sorry, car setups. We need to swap out the parts first. That engine is potentially got a little bit of life in it. We saw Yuki in the last race drag an engine all the way through a Grand Prix, starting at 5%, finishing at 2%. It was belching out smoke like crazy at the end, but it did survive. Theoretically, that could do a practice session, but I don't really want to wear it out on the risk of it, just crapping out on us very early in the session. So we're going to go with this engine here. That'll be fine. This one has 14%. That is still a bit more viable, so we will go with that one. As for the ERS modules, that one and that one. And gearboxes, we're going to go that gearbox and that gearbox. There we go. Right, so setups, very low downforce setups needed for this circuit. Let's see. As always, I'm just going to have a look at the bars first, try and figure out which setup to put on which car. Right, okay, so we'll start with this one because we're on here. I'm going to go with a 1.5 and a 9. Let's see, a 1.9, a 3.05, and a 0.95. Everything is in tolerance, so we'll see how that setup works out for Felipe. Run time, let's go with 20 laps. I think 20 laps will be fine. As for Freddie, his setup will be a little bit different. So we're going to go with a 0.5 for his front wing. We're going to go with a 9 for the rear wing, a 2.8 for the roll bar, a minus 2.95 for the camber, and a 0.65 for the toe. Everything there is in tolerance. Let's give that a go.
Radio check.
Radio check.
Okay, should be green now.
Are you gone with Teo and Vesti for their smoothness? Yeah, it's a decent pairing. You'll find that Teo is definitely faster than Freddy. But the most important thing is to work on Freddy's braking. Everything should be going on his braking for the entire first season. I'm not quite sure about Teo. Probably his braking, maybe split a bit over his cornering as well. I can't remember his base values off the top of my head. But he's probably going to be about half a second slower, I think, than Teo, if memory serves. How you doing, Marcel? Good to see you. Teo has an 81 braking default. Wow, yeah, that's good. Okay, so in that case, work on his cornering. His cornering and his reflexes. Try and get him up to a baseline of 80 across each of these 3 pace stats, and then you can start really working on his other stuff. So, yeah, reactions 55. The better his reactions, the better he'll be able to get the power down coming out of corners, things like that.
Gearbox is getting worse.
But the 3 pace stats are the most important stats to work on when developing a young driver. Braking especially. If he's already got a braking of 80, or 81 in this case, then that's the least important one for you to focus on. You need to get the others up to about 80, and then it's up to you how you want to distribute those points. But for Freddy, because his baseline braking is in the low 60s, yeah, everything needs to go on his braking.
What's your thoughts on coming in or doing any more?
Alright, 83 for Vesti. That's not bad, it's not great. It's probably the roll bar's going to need to change, maybe the front wing a little bit as well. What about Felipe? 95, so very close with his setup. And 20 laps, just a little bit too much. I think 19 laps is going to be the sweet spot on this. So I'll just make a note of that for next time we come here. Well, we are further around the circuit. Not as far around the circuit as I thought. There we go. Right. Also, the roll bar's okay, so it's the front wing and the braking stability that needs to change. Okay, so let's convert that to a... let's try a 1. And we're going to need to change the camber. So that we can then... Actually, no, we don't need to change the camber too much. It's the toe we need to change. So let's go with a 1.5. We don't really want a big change on that, so let's go the other way. Let's try that. See how that shakes out. I just need minor tweaks here. So let's drop the camber down slightly. I'm going to drop the front wing angle down. Just tweak like that, I think, with the toe. Kind of winging it on this one. Let's give that a go. I only have a few baseline setups. So it's entirely possible we may be adding a new setup to the book after today.
Who's running wide there?
And you can see, in terms of the time left in the session, they're going out with, what, 25 minutes to go. This is what I mean by the sweet spot. What I like is for them to run for about 26, 27 minutes, then get back to the garage, and it gives me time to make the changes and get back out and still have about the same amount of time left in the session to complete, the next run at the same length as the first run. So by running for about half an hour in the first run, we were a little bit too long. 19 laps would probably have been better. And then we could have made the changes and gone out and still got 18, maybe 19 laps in the second run. Whereas in this run here, we're only going to get maybe 18 laps, 17 laps of the 20. So it'll be a slightly shorter run. It's not a big thing, it's just the way I like to do things.
That sounds like someone's gone wide there.
Alright, we're up to 91 with Freddy's setup there. Hopefully, we will actually get full feedback from Felipe before he pits. This is the other reason why I like to try and make sure that both runs are the same distance, so that we're guaranteeing that we're going to get full feedback on both runs. Maybe we'll have got that on the in lap. Let's see. We've got penalties for Zhou and Yuki, and also Ricardo going into the Grand Prix. These are all drivers that we are potentially going to be scrapping with in the race. Maybe not so much Zhou, but definitely Yuki, definitely Ricardo. So that helps. Evening, Jeremy. So what do I need to change here? Now the roll bar is wrong, so let's go to a 1.9. I need to pull that in a little bit. Oh, I can't go that way, so maybe that's the wrong change there. I need to find a way to get that there without breaking the oversteer value. That means pretty much a 0 front wing there. That's going to break the rear wing. How am I going to do this? Alright, let's pull that down. So I need that to be about there. That isn't quite there. I don't have any setups with a 2 front wing. That might be the first. Yeah, we're going to try that in the next run, see if that works. We're going to go with the hard tyres, and we're going for a single run, so we're going to go for 25 laps. And same for Felipe, hard tyres, 25 laps. Just need a minor tweak here, and it's the cornering, so that needs to go there. Hopefully that's not broken the traction and the oversteer. We can correct the braking with the toe. Let's go there and see how that shakes out.
Ready to check?
One of the benefits of the new underfloor improving our dirty air performance means that when it comes to qualifying, we should actually be able to effectively provide a slipstream to one of our drivers. They won't be as disrupted in the dirty air as before, given the marked improvement we now have in dirty air performance. This means they'll be able to stay closer through the corners, to be able to still get the benefit of the slipstream on the straights. And given... oh, we got a crash. That's got to be turn 1. Oh god, it's Felipe's crash.
Sounds like there's been contact. Let's take a look at the replay. We're just watching the Red Bull.
Oh, that's a big hit.
And
That's a
there's the
puncture.
collision. It's caused absolute
Oh, that's
carnage.
big. That's a big hit. That's broken rear wing. That's going to be suspension damage, broken front wing.
That's going to be a big blow to the team.
Luckily, Felipe's running a really worn set component. Oh, he's out. Felipe is out. Who was it who hit him? Was it Verstappen? It was. So Max is going to get a penalty. Not much that we can do about that. That engine that we put in is now dead. Max just killed it. And the gearbox. Don't kill the ERS as well. Actually, I suppose it's not a major problem to kill the ERS. But yeah, that's a big loss to go out that early in the session. Luckily, we didn't need to do too much work on the setup for Felipe's car, but yeah, it's still not ideal. And we've lost some components. Evening, Mr. Water. Good to see you.
What's your thoughts on coming in or doing any more?
Well, we got a car perfect. That's excellent news.
We've just had a car run wide.
Just going to give him a couple more laps. Get him up to about 75% on his track knowledge, then we'll call him in. Oh, he's coming in anyway. Perfect timing. There we go. That's the end of our session. And this is the first setup with a two front wing, so I am going to make a note of this. And 19. And there we go. So this does mean that Felipe is going to have to run for most of the session. Not necessarily all of it, but certainly a good 45 minutes, maybe 50 minutes. And we're going to have to break into some new parts as well. Not just to replace the engine parts, but also potentially have to emergency manufacture a couple of spares based on what got damaged. Just as well, we've got about 18 mil in the bank. Alright, there we go. Session over. So Max picks up a penalty for T-boning Felipe there. Right, what needs replacing? Apart from everything in there. He killed everything. Okay, well we have another worn engine we can put in. ERS, that's not ideal, but we're okay on that. And gearbox, again, not ideal, but we should have enough gearbox now to get through the rest of the season. So there we go. We should also see more pace from Felipe in this third session. Now he's using an engine that's still above 50%. He's going to need a long run. So I'm going to go with 34 laps. And hope that that's enough. What else do I need to do? Tyres. It's got to be mediums. Need to save the softs for quali. Going to go 24 laps of fuel for Freddy. And did I get any feedback at all? I got one, and it was the rear wing, which is fine. So didn't tell me anything I didn't already know. Alright, fingers crossed that we're going to get a nice 100 setup for Felipe here.
Radio check. Radio check.
Okay, it's green now.
In reality, it would only be a small penalty affecting the driver as well, but more importantly, it would be penalty points on his super license, and if he received 12 penalty points over the course of a 1 year period, a 12-month period, and that's a rolling 12-month period, then he would get an automatic one race ban on his next penalty point. I wonder if we'll see penalty points added to super licenses going forward. Drivers getting banned for a race. I think that would be a really good thing to put in. A, it's realistic. It has happened, on occasion. Not for a while, but it has happened. We've had drivers coming close in recent seasons, but not quite hitting that one race ban threshold. But it would also give you a chance to actually put your reserve driver in a race, which would be, I think, kind of cool.
How does it feel?
And there we go, 100 setup for Felipe, so he just needs to run and he's good. I think it would also give players an incentive to make sure that their drivers are less accident prone as well. If they're constantly, colliding with other drivers, they're going to rack up those penalty points and get suspended quite quickly. Alright, Freddie has run enough to get him his points, so I'm going to pit him. Just take one less car off the track. It's one less risk of being clobbered again. And now we just have to wait on Felipe, who should just about hit 100% track knowledge at the end of his run. You can see the difference in pace as well. Despite the fact that he's carrying a lot more fuel than Freddie was, you can see how much faster he was. 0.8 of a second. That's the difference in engine power and component power from putting in those other components. And he's actually faster than Latifi, even running at lowest pace settings, which again is encouraging. Oh, we didn't quite get there. Okay. Now, he's still got his 15 out of 15 though. That's all we needed, so we're not going to send him back out. We're just going to run the clock. This is a circuit I wasn't really looking forward to. But now that we've got the new underfloor, I'm cautiously optimistic. If only we'd had that floor for Spa. That would have significantly changed our outlook at that race. We might even have been able to hang on for a point. We certainly would have been more competitive, regardless of the final outcome. Right, does anyone else pick up any penalties? Nope, it's just those 4 still. So, let's get the cars set for the race. Well, for quali first. We're going to put in the best engine we have available, which will be about 96-97% for both drivers. There we go. Best engine we have. Best ERS module. And best gearbox. And we're going to go 1 flying lap of fuel. New tyres. Off we go.
Radio check.
Right.
Radio check.
We want Freddie to have the tow. So we want to make sure that Felipe's in front of him. Which he isn't at the moment. So let's just choose the right spot to get Freddie to pull over, which will be on the approach to the chicane here. There we go. And that keeps them close enough for the slipstream to take effect. Nobody else coming out of the pits yet, that's good. We want a nice clean run here. Alright, we're clear. Alright, so there we can see at 1.5 tenths the benefit of that slipstream for Freddie there. That's how much faster he went. Slightly slower in the middle sector because of the corners, but this is where we should really get the benefit of that slipstream on the run down to and exit from Parabolica. And there we go. He was just about able to keep pace in the final sector there. So, just a tenth between them. That's good to see. Obviously, in clean air, Felipe is definitely going to be quicker. But that's a decent time, 1:23. Let's see what the AI does. Norris and Ricciardo both on their outlaps right now. Norris has got a scruffy run. Ricciardo should be okay. We're faster than both McLarens. That's excellent. Alright, Magnussen's out on track. Schumacher's on track as well. Schumacher, I think, is getting held up slightly. So I think he might go a little bit quicker. Maybe. Tsunoda starting his hot lap. Tsunoda's slower than Drugovich. Just. And so's Magnussen. Okay, wow. What a difference the new floor makes. Where are we? Do I want to risk not going out again? It's 0.3 of a second. Gasly's going to improve. Alonso's probably going to improve. I think we've got to go out again. But I don't want to waste new tyres, so I'm going to go out on the scrubs. And we're going to wait till everyone else goes through. And Freddie should pull over straight away. Are we seriously knocking on the door of the top 10? Or is that just because some cars got a little bit held up? I think it's probably the latter. I'm a little concerned actually we might not have enough time to get round. Might have to take manual control. Going to be tight. I can't go too early because I'll just get caught up by the queue in front. I've got to go now.
So we just need to push now.
I don't think I'm going to make it. I think I left it too long. I did. I left it too long. Oh well. Have we got enough pace to get through with both? Yes, we do. We actually made it through with both cars despite screwing up that final run. That is awesome. So, the scrubs, we took a little bit more life out of them than is ideal, but we can still use them for this first run, and then we'll use good tyres at the end. I just have to be careful on timing.
Radio check.
Radio check.
Yeah, it's green now.
Alright, there we go. Nice and close. We've already got a couple of the other cars on the track. I think that's Sonoda. And probably Sights. Don't want to see any other movement from the garage until we get to the start-finish straight. Ah, there goes the second AlphaTauri. Is he going to get in the way? The Red Bull coming out should be fine. And AlphaTauri is in the way. Luckily it didn't seem to affect us, or at least not Vesti anyway. He's slightly down on Felipe in that first sector. Very close though, look at that, just 21 thousandths between them. Again, slightly slower. And I think we might see him slowly creep up onto the back of Felipe through here. Just very close. In the end, 3/10 the difference. What tyre condition are they at? 78%. About the same. Okay, so fresh tyres. Can we do the unthinkable and actually get one of our drivers into the top 10? God, I think that Russell and Alonso are definitely going to improve. I'm not sure about anyone else though. Not sure about Magnussen. Alright, we're going out. And we've got plenty of time this time. And we've also got a little bit of a gap in case we get a yellow flag. So Vesti lets through Felipe. Let's have a nice fast run here, boys. Oh, Vesti's definitely faster in that first sector. No improvement for Felipe. That's unexpected. Verstappen takes pole, but he will have that penalty. Well, no, wait, this is still Q2, isn't it? So, provisionally on pole. Perez goes faster. Ferrari 3-4, McLaren, Mercedes 5-6. This is definitely an improvement here from Freddie. Felipe is going faster as well, I think, overall. I just didn't quite have the pace in the end, but you know, not bad. Drugovich 13th, Freddie 15th. We got both of our cars through to Q2 on sheer pace alone, and we're not that far off. You can see how close it is. Obviously, this is a difficult circuit to really see how far you are off the competition in general, because it's a circuit with very unique characteristics, but I mean, we weren't that far off. You know, an extra, let's see, 0.2 would have put us in 8th. 0.2 of a second would have put us in 8th. A fraction over 0.2 of a second would have put us in 7th. So, yeah, we're not far off.
It's time for the final touches here on the grid, ahead of today's race.
There was some good work from Aston Martin during the qualifying session, and they will go to the grid full of confidence. This hasn't been McLaren's weekend so far, and they'll probably be disappointed with their grid positions. But after the lights go out, they'll have every opportunity to move up the field. And the sky's looking grey and cloudy today. An effective tyre strategy could prove very valuable as the race plays out.
Well, this is going to be one thrilling Italian Grand Prix, and we're nearly ready to kick things off.
All right. Let's take a look at strategy. I think I'm going to go medium to soft. And if we get an early safety car, then we can come in and maybe go onto a two-stop strategy and go double soft. Let's actually have a look and prep for that, just in case it actually happens. So we get a safety car nice and early, say around lap 10. Let's see, we want to go to, I think ideally we want around lap 20, not 20, lap 12 for that strategy to really work. But we've got that in our back pocket if we need it. The other alternative is to obviously, split the strategy, have one car go medium soft and the other one go soft medium, and then if we get a late safety car, we can go soft medium and then back to softs again. But I think that's going to be the better prep. I think with the cars on track, with more of them being on track, and closer together at the start, we're more likely to get a safety car in the earlier stage of the Grand Prix than the later stage. So we will prep to start mediums and hope that we get an early safety car to switch onto a double soft. In terms of fuel, I'm not taking anything out of the car here. We've got more pace, and I don't know how much more pace. So we might still get lapped, but we might not. And I don't want to have to fuel save at this circuit if I can help it. So we'll stay at 53 laps. Let's go racing.
The drivers have now taken position on the grid, and it's looking like a cloudy day. Taking a look at the Aston Martin. They're starting in the bottom half of the grid today, so there's a lot of cars between them and the podium. There's the second Aston Martin. With their starting position in the back 10, they'll have their work cut out for them. The teams are ready to go. Here we are at the oldest circuit in Europe for this, the Italian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
All right, can we get a strong start? We have 11th and 13th thanks to grid penalties. And we've got past Magnussen, so we're 11th and 12th right now.
That's it.
What's everyone else doing with tyres? Almost everyone's on mediums.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Evening, Anthony. You're doing just in time for the race. We've got a yellow flag as someone's gone wide. Has that dropped anyone down the order? I don't think so.
I think we've had a car run wide.
Russell just would have lost a couple of tenths. I'm going to hang on to the battery for a little while. I'm not going to use it immediately. Russell running wide has created a 1 second gap, and if he can't close that back down, that will create a breakaway group at the front, which I think it is about to do. Still got one more lap. Well, 1.5 laps really, until DRS is going to kick in. So he's got time to close that gap back up. He probably will under braking here in this first corner. No, he hasn't. Okay, so I'm planning to use DRS at the end of this lap. Not DRS, sorry, battery, ERS. Because I want to try and make a move on Gasly, but I also want to break Vesti, you know, onto the back of Drugovich, because he's starting to drop a little bit, and break away from Magnussen and try and create a gap between the two groups.
Use energy.
Yeah, copy.
So let's see if we can break the gap to Magnussen before we hit the DRS in about half a lap's time.
DRS will be active.
Okay, we've almost broken Magnussen. Freddie's having a look at the inside, can't quite make it. Not Freddie, sorry, Felipe. We've broken the 1 second to Magnussen. We can keep it at a second. Oh, that's borderline. I think Magnussen might just get the DRS. No, he didn't. Excellent. We've got the breakaway.
This is good, come on.
Gasly might not have made DRS either. He's defending it. We're not going to get the move. Alright, so now that we've made the break, let's turn off the battery. Because until we can actually physically get past Gasly, it's just a waste. And let's tell Vesti not to attack, so that Felipe can concentrate purely on the car in front of him and not the one behind as well. There we go, he makes the move. Can he hold it? Not quite. And there you can see the slipstream. Just tell him not to hold back anymore if he's going to get that that toe.
Doing a good job, keep pushing.
You can use energy. Use energy. You can use energy.
There we go. We got the move done.
Okay, copy.
So we're in the points on lap 5.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Norris has got past Magnussen. Schumacher's joined that fight as well. We are not going to be able to keep pace with the cars in front of us, I don't think. But as long as we can stay ahead of the cars behind us, we'll be in good shape.
Energy if you need it.
Copy.
Let's see if we can go around the outside of Gasly, turn it to the inside of the chicane. Nearly went around the outside in the second Lesmo. Okay, he's going to have a look at the inside here. No. Okay, we need to save what little battery there is there. We are dropping away from the Alpines as expected, but we are keeping a relatively constant gap to the cars behind. It's fluctuating up and down a little bit, but it's staying about the same. And that is encouraging.
We just need to charge up.
Let's see if we can get a bit of battery into the cars to maybe launch a breakaway attack in a couple of laps' time. We can leave Gasly behind. Then we'll have control of 10th place. Just got to be careful that Norris doesn't close us down. He's looking a bit racy. It's so hard to charge up and not lose ground on this circuit, because that little loss of acceleration by not deploying a battery in just neutral mode at the start of a straight means that, or coming out of a corner onto a straight, means you lose that potential speed all the way down the straight. And if it's a long straight like this one, it hurts by the time you get to the end. We can mitigate it a little bit with DRS, but if we don't have DRS, we just bleed time. It's even more pronounced when you come out of a slow corner onto a straight. Right, if we can do this for one more lap, then we can look at making a break. Trying to get past Gasly and drop away from him. Magnussen is going to make a move on Norris. We want them scrapping. but we only want them scrapping in the sense that they're going to slow each other down. We don't want them leapfrogging and boosting each other's top speeds. Alright, here we go.
You can stop, lift and coast.
Yeah, copy.
No saving required.
Okay.
Alright, maybe we'll have to try again on the run down to Ascari. I was hoping to have had one car past him already by now. He's not getting through here either. Ah, this is frustrating. Alright, so this could work. If we can get alongside, going into the Parabolica, just about. We've got the DRS as well. Right, Felipe. This is your chance to follow through.
That's it.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Couldn't quite make it. But now we need to make sure that we can get ahead of Gasly. If we want to control 10th place, we need 10th and 11th. And I'm almost out of battery again.
All okay on fuel, so you can do what you want for speed.
Yeah, copy.
Save fuel, save fuel.
Alright, that didn't work. That's a bit of a shame. But at least we got Vesti back in front. Can he stay in front though? No, is the answer. He's going to get past here. I am prepared to swap my drivers over if necessary. There we go. So we've got our faster driver now tucked up behind Gasly. Alonso's been dropped. And you can see his pace has fallen off now that he's no longer able to use DRS of the faster cars in front of him. So once again, we're going to tell Vesti not to fight. We'll allow Felipe to try and capitalise on staying with the car in front without having to worry about defending from behind. And maybe Drogovic will have more chance of getting past Gasly without better braking and cornering. Oh, we've got a lockup. That's our first lockup since Russell, and that's one of the Williams. That does not affect us. Albon locking up there.
Seems to have been a lockup. Let's take a closer look. Now watch this. Here's the moments involving Albon. They've locked up, but that could have been much worse.
That could have gone better for us, but we'll take it. At the very least, it drops Albon out of the queue, so it's one less car that we might have to fight through after pit stops, depending on when we pit. Gasly seems to find a little bit of a rhythm. I don't think he's closing on Alonso though. No, they're lapping about the same.
Energy's good.
Yeah, copy.
Okay, almost ready
Got
to
loads of energy.
turn the batteries off again. Got to make sure we don't lose that DRS now. And now that we're back into neutral mode, we should start to eke back up on Gasly again. But what I'm going to do is just make sure that Vesti can eke back up onto Felipe first.
Okay, energy's good.
Copy.
There we go. Right, so we're scheduled to go to lap 32. So about halfway through this stint. Tyres are looking okay for us. Let's have a look at the rest of the field. About the same. Sainz and Hamilton are going to be pitting soon, because they're using scrubs rather than brand new softs, unlike the rest of the field. Although Zhou is also on scrubs. Alright, Felipe now looking very pacey, now that he's been able to get right on the back of Gasly again. And we are extending our gap back to Magnussen again. It's up to 3.2 seconds now. That's going to be very important when it comes to pit stops.
You can stop, lift and coast.
Copy.
Use energy.
Yeah, copy.
Use energy if you need.
Alright, Drogovic is through.
Yeah, copy.
Good job.
Now it's
No
Freddie's
saving
turn.
required.
Yeah, copy.
We're good to push.
Yep, copy.
I was hoping I could get the inside line there.
Happy to push.
Yeah, copy.
That is just slightly faster than us. That car. Without the DRS, we can just about overtake the AlphaTauri, but with him having DRS as well, it does make it tricky. This is our best chance. Not quite close enough.
We need to charge here.
Copy.
Alright, we've broken the 1 second to Gasly, just. And there goes Hamilton into the pits.
Save fuel.
Yeah.
We just need to charge up.
Copy.
Alright, we're going to stay tucked up as best we can, try and put the pressure on Gasly, make him go defensive so that it gives Felipe a chance to pull away. Ooh, we lost a huge amount of time there. Ah, Gasly's just got back into DRS. Damn. Oh, maybe not. No, I think that rear wing opened up. No, it didn't. Alright, so we have a chance. Anthony suggesting that I go on to hard tyres. It's too big a pace disparity. I would be quick for a few laps compared to the AI, and once they come out for fresh softs, yeah, they would breeze straight past me. I am realistically fighting against Gasly for the last point here. I can't give him a 2 compound advantage. I can barely keep ahead of him. In fact, I can't keep ahead of him. As you can see, he's caught me back up again.
Energy if you need it.
Oh, yellow flag in sector 1.
Oh, we've had a spin. Here's
Yuki.
the replay. Now let's look at this. The focus
Continuing
on
his
Tsunoda.
bad run of form.
And there it is. That's where they
I
spin
think
out.
4 Grand Prix in a row now where he's had an incident. I was going to say, are we about to get lapped by a Ferrari? But I've just realised it's pitted. Oh, Gasly's pitting. Okay, is he going hard or is he going for a 2-stop? He's going hard. Ooh, interesting. Ricardo has ditched his softs for mediums. I think Ricardo's 2-stopping as well. Maybe, actually, no, he's done 22 laps on softs. Yeah, that's probably about right for a 1-stop. But Gasly, yeah, that is a big shot. Gasly going on to hard tyres. But now we can put some battery into Felipe's car to slow him down for Vesti to get into slipstream, and then we can start charging Vesti up so that we have full-ish batteries when they do make their stops in 9 laps. We're on pace with Alonso right now. Almost. No, it's because he's charging, that's why. No, we're almost on pace with Alonso, which is excellent. And when that Ferrari comes through, if we can hang with it as it starts to overtake and pull ahead, we can maybe get a little bit of a nice tow. He's on mediums, not soft, so he'll be easier to stay with. Oh! That was clumsy. That's going to cost Vesti the DRS, and it's going to give it to Sainz.
Look at that! They've run wide!
Alright, well, I guess we get to test the can we stay with the Ferrari theory nice and quickly.
Oh! And Ferrari just gained a place!
Oh, did we just get hit? We have a penalty. No, sorry, a puncture. Yeah, that Ferrari just torpedoed us, look.
Virtual safety cars.
Let's see what happened there. Okay, here's the Ferrari.
Sainz just smashed into the side of us. Oh, that's a puncture. That's going to be other damage as well.
Felt that.
Right, Vesti. It's a little early. What damage does he have? Oh, major rear wing damage, minor suspension, minor chassis, and a puncture. And we took a punt on the gearbox as well. I think it might just be safest and smartest just to retire this car, unfortunately. It's a little earlier than I would like to, but I'm going to have to go for the pit here and just protect the tyres. If we get a late safety car, I can dash in for some fresh ones.
Drop back a bit.
Yeah, copy. So I'm entering the pit now.
Yeah, all the medium runners are pitting.
Copy that.
But what are they pitting onto? They're going hards. Ooh. They're all going hards. Alright, if we can protect these softs. It's a bit long. That is going to be quicker by 11 seconds. We're going with that. We're going to go with a double soft run to the line now.
Lift and coast will help.
Roger.
I may yet change my mind. Depends how quickly we can catch the cars in front.
So we just need to push now.
Copy.
Virtual safety car is ending.
Alright, game on.
So DRS is enabled now.
Let's see what kind of pace we can do. The risk is, of course, by going with this strategy, there's two things. The first is we're going to put more wear on the engine. The second is that we are increasing the likelihood of a mistake. But if we've got significant pace like this, we can guarantee a points finish. Because the only car behind us that's got more pace than us at the moment is Sights and maybe Gasly. But we have a lead over Gasly right now, and we have a tyre advantage that we really want to use. We've had more pace than Magnussen. We've had more pace than both of the McLarens, who we need to outscore in every race possible. Now we took half a second out of Alonso. Right, what's our pace to Gasly? Half a second. And our gap is 8 seconds. So, yeah, it's doable. It's doable. If we do get passed by Gasly in the pits, we can fight back and take that back from him. Who knows, we might even get fastest lap, which I don't think it wasn't one of our objectives. We've had a lock up. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. Ricardo's crashed. Who's he hit?
I think there's been contact on the track. Let's have a look. Now look at this. Daniel
Schumacher is hit.
involved here.
Oh.
You can clearly see the contact there, and that
big damage for both cars.
Damage.
Is that another lockup? It is. It's Leclerc.
There's contact. It's chaos on the track.
It's all kicking off.
Look at the replay. Okay, here's the Ferrari.
Oof. So it's more cars having to pit. I think they might well switch back to mediums. I would. If we get a safety car in the next lap or two, I'm going to switch back onto mediums again, I think. Or maybe softs without the push. There goes Leclerc. At least Alonso didn't get DRS because he was past him before the detection point. Magnussen and Sainz still scrapping over 9th place. That's good, that's going to slow down Sainz. We are losing the edge on our tyres already. But if I can get onto the back of Alonso, I can use his pace to keep me going when my tyres start going off. And we are edging up onto the back of him. Just accidentally punched my phone there. That wasn't very clever. Alright, 2.5 seconds. Yeah, we are losing the life in these tyres a little bit, so let's instead
You can use energy.
do this.
Copy.
So back off.
Copy.
This will still keep us quick and closing on Alonso without eating the tyres up quite so much. They'll still get burnt up at a slightly faster rate because we're burning fuel a bit more, but they won't get burnt up quite as much as a tyre push. And we have that fuel to spare. And we have a 14 second lead over Gasly right now. He's actually coming under pressure from Zhou. And Norris, he's been swallowed up. I'm going to run out of battery before I get onto the back, so I'm going to have to push the tyres again.
Happy to push.
Okay, copy.
I've got to get onto the back before I run out of battery. And that's the difference that the triple push makes there. We just took, what, half a second out of Alonso in that first sector. If we can keep this going, we'll have DRS at the end of the lap. Need a good exit out of Ascari.
We have low battery.
Yeah, copy.
Oh, we're just going to miss out. Alright, maybe next lap. How you doing, Coconuts? Yeah, the graphics in this game are brilliant. They really are. I mean, there's room for tweaks, but, you know, it looks amazing. For a management game, it looks fantastic. Alright, we're in the DRS. You just need to hold it through the lesmos. There we go. Right, we can ease the tyres down and we can ease the battery off now, I think.
Some lift and coast will help that.
Copy.
Alright, keep it steady. Don't want you to do anything rash here, Freddy. What happened to the other car? We got torpedoed by sights going into turn 1, which brought out a virtual safety car. So I switched strategies for Freddy and retired Felipe, because not only did he have a puncture, which means he would have had to limp round pretty much the entire lap to get back to the pits, he also had minor damage to the suspension, minor damage to the chassis, and major damage to the rear wing. So even though I could have got him back out again, he would have been severely compromised, and it just wasn't worth putting all that extra mileage on the car to just pookle around and not get, you know, not even being with a chance of points, which he was earlier. So it made sense to retire the car and save the wear on the engine. We did also lose a good 20% of life from on the gearbox from the shunt as well. And all Sides seems to have done is broken his front wing. You know, he's fixed it now, but that's why he's behind us. And he's dragging Magnussen with him, which is not good. I need him to break away from Magnussen as quick as he can. Don't want him to bring that Haas with us. So we're about 15.5 seconds ahead of the chasing pack of Zhou, Gasly and Norris. They're who we're going to be scrapping with when we do come out of the pits. We'll have enough pace to get away from them. But if Magnussen keeps getting dragged along, I don't know if we'll have the pace to get back on Magnussen. I mean, technically, just getting ahead of Zhou will be enough to get us a point, but I want to try and get as many points as we can because they're really hard to come by at the moment. And also, if we can outscore Haas and even stop them from scoring, then it makes them, it closes the gap back up to them a little bit. Makes them a slightly easier target in the constructors. I don't think we are going to beat Haas this year, but we're going to beat McLaren, I think. We need points to do that. We are 2 points behind them. We are currently sitting in 8th, which is 4 points, but Sainz is going to pass us. That's a given. And he has now dropped Magnussen. That's good news. So that'll slow Magnussen's pace down.
Got loads of energy.
Copy.
Let's see what he does this lap. Nearly ready to start pushing Freddie again. Burn out the last of these tyres, seeing as we're pitting in a couple of laps.
So we just need to push now.
Copy.
You can stop, lift and coast.
Okay, copy.
Oh, damn it. I was worried that might happen.
Closer look. Let's have a look here.
That was the risk with this strategy. That we encourage a mistake.
They've locked up and
Luckily, it's only cost him 2
straight
seconds. Could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse. But it does bring that chasing pack closer to us. And makes our job of getting back into 10th that little bit harder. Oh, interesting. Magnussen's 2-stopping. Zhou can probably go to the end. Sainz will be going to the end. Gasly's going to the end. Norris will probably go to the end. Tsunoda's going to the end. Leclerc might have to 2-stop as well. Maybe more than 10th is on offer here. I'm going to pit this lap.
And box.
Copy, box.
Pushing now.
Oh, hello. Who's spun?
Sounds like we've had a spin.
Norris.
We can take a
Oh,
look
that's
now.
excellent. That takes Norris
Watch this.
out of the
We're looking
equation.
at Lando Norris. Look at that! They've spun their car.
drop back a bit.
Yeah, copy. Enter the pit.
Copy, copy. Just make sure you get your pit limiter as you come in the pit lane.
Okay, that first McLaren that's coming through now, that's actually Ricardo, who's on a lap down. The second one coming, that's Norris. Oh, he's going to get us as well. Oh man, we're going to get dropped by a few cars here. Alright, so now the hard work starts. We've got 15 laps. To make our way back up. I am hopeful we might see some pit stops. I think Leclerc's going to stop again. I think Magnussen is going to stop again. I don't know beyond that.
Okay, happy to lift and coast.
Yeah, copy.
Oh, there we go. That's what I meant to do. You did this race yesterday, everyone one-stopped. Yeah, I mean, normally this would be a one-stop race, but with the safety car, the virtual safety car, a few cars dived in the pits early, and we've had crashes where drivers have had to stop out of sequence. So I think the other soft runners, either, well, if they're not going to stop again, their tyres are going to be absolutely rubbish at the end, and their pace is going to fall off dramatically. And given the nature of the circuit, that may encourage them to stop again, even if it's just with a few laps to go.
So use energy.
Let's see if we can get onto the back of Leclerc. If we can get onto the back of him, we can stay with him. It's just getting onto the back of him. Another lockup. Please be someone in front of us. It is. It's one of them. Oh, is it? It could be Schumacher. No, it's Magnussen.
Here's the replay. All eyes on Kevin Magnussen here. It's a lockup, and that could be costly. And that was a bitter blow for the team.
Okay, that helps us massively. Don't think it's hurt his tyres. This pushing is hurting my tyres though. I really don't want to have to push this hard this early. But I need to get into that train. Going to need Leclerc's pace to help pull me up the field, I think. We've dropped further back than I was expecting to. I'd hate to not get points out of this race. Right, Gasly's in 10th. And... oh, it's Tsunoda in front, not Gasly.
So back off.
Yeah, copy.
We just need to charge up.
Yeah, copy.
Safety car now would be interesting. It would close the field right up, it would get us right onto the back of the cars that we need to challenge, but it would give the opportunity for a few cars in front of us to actually pit in, swap their tyres with minimal time loss. Thought we were going to have a lunge on Norris around the outside for a second then. Alright, that's Leclerc moving up past Tsunoda.
Use energy if you need it, use energy.
Copy.
Happy to push.
Yeah, copy.
Oh, that McLaren's just that little bit faster. Can we go around the outside? No, he did a little defensive jink. We can get him here though. Go on, be brave, son. There we go, good lad.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Alright, back up into 14th. Tsunoda will act as a bridge between us and Leclerc. So if Leclerc starts to outpace Tsunoda as he drops back, he will keep us within striking distance of the pair of them. I want to put more battery in the car, but I can't risk it just yet. Need that gap to be a little bit smaller. Okay, we are only 6 seconds off Magnussen. We are still in for points here. Magnussen's time is a 1:26.7. Yeah, he's bleeding time like crazy. As is Gasly and Zhou. We're going to be swallowing those guys up pretty quick. It's going to be a grandstand finish. Oh, and that's a spin for Leclerc.
Yellow flag 15, yellow 15.
Okay, so now we're going to have to do this ourselves.
Let's see what happened there. Okay, here's the Ferrari. What a spin!
We've dropped Norris as well, so that's one less car to worry about now. What's Yuki's pace like? He is still lapping faster than Zhou, but that's because he was in Leclerc's DRS. Now that he's got clear air in front of him, I don't know what his pace is going to be like. We've got 6 laps left. No, 7 laps left.
So we just need to push now.
Copy.
Actually, let's not do that. Let's do this instead.
Drop back a bit.
Copy.
Well, Perez has just started his a new lap. He's got 6 laps to go. He is a long way ahead. Ferraris were looking strong at the start of this race, but they've completely thrown it away. 2 mistakes from Leclerc. Sainz with a crash. Tsunoda isn't catching the cars in front, so we are going to have to do this ourselves.
You can use energy. Use energy. You can use energy.
Copy.
And that's a pit stop for Magnussen. I did say Magnussen was going to have to stop again. It means he's going to take the fastest lap, but I don't care about that.
That's it.
It would be nice if we could keep it. And we may yet still be able to keep it, but
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
more importantly, it moves Magnussen out of contention for points. He's not going to have enough laps to close that gap back up. So Haas are not scoring here tonight. That's excellent. McLaren aren't scoring. That is also excellent. We managed to get DRS off the back of a lap to Daniel Ricciardo. Who pulls out of the way, and we are now within a second of Zhou for the final points position. And I think Ricciardo just pitted. Yes, he did.
5 more laps. 5 more laps.
Zhou might yet pit. I don't think he will, but it's an outside possibility. Norris may pit. that doesn't matter. I've got to watch fuel.
Okay, suggest lift and coast.
Okay, copy.
If I can get past Joe, I might be able to get onto the back of Gasly, and if I can get onto the back of Gasly, I might be able to retake 9th place. And with the fastest lap, if I can keep it, that's another bonus point. That will put us 3 points ahead of McLaren.
All okay on fuel, so you can do what you want for speed.
Copy.
Someone's run wide. Let's take a look at the replay. Now let's look at this. Here's George Russell.
That doesn't help us.
Wide.
Four more laps, 4 more laps.
Leclerc's pitted. That's awesome. I don't have to worry about him coming back through either.
You can stop lift and coast.
Yeah, copy.
Someone's gone wide. Don't think it helps us.
I think someone's run wide.
No, it's Ricardo.
Use energy if you need.
Copy.
Three more laps.
We just don't have enough pace. Come on. I can do this. Go on, dive up the inside. Dive up. Nah, no. Okay. I don't think I'm going to get Gasly now. I just need to get Joe. Excellent, I got the inside where I needed it. And I'll get the DRS.
Two more laps.
Right, I need Joe to hold up Sonoda.
Okay, copy.
So use energy if you need it.
Okay, copy.
Actually, maybe Sonoda holding up Joe might be better. No, Joe's tyres are worse. Right, I've got to be wary of the threat of Sonoda now.
Lift and coast will help.
Okay, copy.
I'm not going to be able to break away from him. Someone's gone wide. Red flag the race.
Who's running wide there?
Leclerc, he's having a horrible race.
Use everything from the tyres, use everything.
Copy.
Another yellow flag. Another run wide.
That sounds like someone's gone
No, it's
wide
Hamilton.
there.
So this is last lap, you can push the tyres.
We lost the fastest lap. Verstappen took it, which I didn't see coming. Oh wait, no, he's pitted as well. He's on softs. Yeah, that makes sense.
Perez has crossed the line first. Let's take a closer look. There it is. There's the win for Perez.
You can't say they didn't earn it.
Perez
They
lapped
put in
Leclerc.
an amazing
Wow.
performance today.
That's a happy Mexican. Can we hang on for 10th and a point?
So use energy.
Copy.
Need a charger.
Okay, copy.
Oh, can I let that sigh of relief? Whew. There we go. We got points.
Let's check the
Just. Well, we got a point. I am very happy with that. Very happy indeed. It means we are still behind McLaren, but only by 1 point now. And I think we will be definitely in with a chance of some points going to Singapore, where speed is less of a factor.
What an incredible outcome for Aston Martin's driver. Aston Martin having an extremely good day at the track.
That's right, they've made some fine strategic decisions here, and it's brilliant to see them pay off.
With the race wrapped up, the team is ranked in 9th in the constructor standings.
Meet us next at the Marina Bay Circuit for a breathtaking race through the streets of Singapore.
So, a bit of a mixed bag, that race. We showed great pace where we needed to. Freddie climbed 3 places to get himself into 10th. Was running as high as 8th at one point. We were looking good for getting 2 cars very close to each other in the race, and then the Spanish torpedo happened, and Carlos Sainz just absolutely smashed Felipe's car to pieces. Forcing us to make the decision to retire him. We could have kept going, but it would have been a pointless exercise and a waste of engine wear. So yeah, we chose to retire him and missed out on the chance of maybe getting 2 cars into the points, because I think we could have done that. If we'd stuck to our original strategy, I think we were on for a chance of a double points finish, 9th and 10th. But obviously that virtual safety car coming out early for us kind of changed our strategy. We managed to make the most of the situation to get Freddie back into the points, but it's a what could have been situation, I think. Into the championship, Charles' nightmare means that he gains no points at all. He stays top of the Drivers' Championship, but lucky for him, Sainz and Verstappen also had terrible races, so he does lose some ground, but he stays ahead by 16 points from Max. Carlos Sainz, again, just a poor race from him. He does finish in the points, picks up 6 points. Perez, a big win for him, brings him back towards the top of the title picture. Hamilton under pressure from nobody. He's just in no man's land there. 10 points gained, but he's not closing on anyone. He's not really under threat from anybody. Russell does reclaim 6th place, beating Bottas, and goes 2 points ahead of him. Ocon picks up some points, as does Alonso. Big points for Alpine here, 19 points tonight. And Gasly picks up another couple of points for AlphaTauri. We were close to getting him, but not quite able to. But in the Constructors' Championship, you can see a big difference here. Red Bull massively closed the gap to Ferraris, just 29 points now. Mercedes, big points haul for them, 28 points, but again, they're kind of in no man's land. They're not fighting anybody here. Big result for Alpine, moves them nicely clear of AlphaTauri, an extra 7 points, so they now have a 30-point lead. Alfa Romeo. AlphaTauri's 2 points doesn't really do anything for them. Haas didn't score, which was important for us. McLaren didn't score, we did, but only 1 point. An exceptional race for Freddie, I think that is fair to say. 10 points for every overtake. He got 7 of them, 6 successful defences, 13 failed overtakes, 3 failed defences, 1,500 points. That's very, very handy. As for Felipe, a good result in the end. Didn't do a lot in the way of overtaking or defending, but didn't really have the chance. He was taken out before his first scheduled stop, so he won't get a point this race. We didn't make the finish position, 2 cars finishing in the top 15, because we didn't have 2 cars finishing, but it was an incentive, so we didn't lose any money. We did complete our guarantee, which is excellent, and we also completed the first part of our quali guarantee streak as well. Right, 18 days to the next Grand Prix. Let's have a quick look at what parts we need to make for this. We need quite a few indeed. So let's start with suspensions. Gonna need 2 of those. Chassis, we're gonna need 2 of those. It's gonna take 19 days, that's too long. Because I've got more than just 3 parts that I need to make. I need new front wings, I think. No, front wings are okay. Rear wings, I definitely need new rear wings. Let's go with 2. And I could do with another underfloor as well, but I've now reached my capacity. So we'll have to wait a few days before we can work on that. Don't need new side pods. They're not going to get damaged. Let's check out Freddie's stats now. Extra point in his braking. Felipe came close. Just needed to finish the race and he would have got another upgrade point, but not to be. Do our staff get any points? No. Right. That is where we're going to end it for tonight. A very good result, all things considered, and we are seeing some definite improvement in terms of pace. I think we may possibly see quite a few penalties in the next race as teams start to switch out the new components. We might also see a couple of upgrades on the grid as well. 18 days until the next Grand Prix. That'll be next Tuesday for us. I will be back tomorrow, as always, with our Williams career. We are into Season 3. So I'll be back for that tomorrow, and then Monday we'll be back with Haas again. So until then, thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more F1 Manager very soon.